There it is, the case that had been my faithful prosthetic everyday carry since I first started deciding that I was going to take some tools with me. Now, why the case? Small was important. Something that didn't bind when I sat down in the car was important. Something that would clip on a pair of scrubs, because that's what that case was for me. Take a look at that clip. Probably be useless on a belt. Haven't tried much, but every time I've thought about it, I've thought better because I thought I'd be losing it. But for scrubs, it was perfect. Clipped right into where that little fabric strap, and it would hold on nice and tight. Let's take a look inside. So, of course, trusty pair of scissors, sharp enough all the time so that even if I had to cut a cast off, I could use these. Little micro lighter torch. Does something like 2,500 degrees, so more than enough to melt the edge on a lanyard or even do some modifications. This is my absolute favorite of the utility knives in a micro form. This one's from Lowe's, Cobalt brand. Good positive lock on the way that the knife goes in there. You have to sort of pull this apart in several different ways. So I never had a problem. Never had a problem with that blade slipping out like I did on the Home Depot version. And one of the nice benefits of this one is it actually has extra blades carried right in the handle. Got in the habit when I got started doing this everyday carry stuff of carrying a good knife. And knives, little pocket knives, for me were useless until I discovered the Apex sharpening system. And being able to keep a real nice edge on a knife, I found that I could use it for a whole bunch of things when it came to taking care of my patients and their prosthesis. What else we got in here? Of course, you got to have an Allen wrench. Now, the thing that I find is most all Allen wrenches are ridiculously large, and even small ones are large. This was a Schwinn bike wrench, multi-tool. It probably stacked about that high when I got started with it. Got it at Target. You can see I cut the plastic frame down there. And on this one, let's see. You can see this side I used the original screws. This side I wound up putting in a Chicago screw because the threads in the original screws weren't all that deep. Now, alternatives to this. Here's one that I got. Compare the size here. Here's one that I got online. Again, it was a thicker stack. Cut it down, just kept the tools that I most need. You can see on this one, on both of them, it's going to be 3, 4, 5 for the hex head Allen wrenches. And this one, get a shot of that. Let's see. Yeah, used a flat blade screwdriver, and I think I put, I had the Phillips on this. So for my scrubs case, that little one is the one that I usually carry. For my cast bags and some of the other things, that's the one that I've been using. Alright, dig a little deeper in here. Now, the practice that I was in when I was wearing the scrubs all the time, basically we kept our covers up with some stretch tape. And so I'd always carry a little stretch tape because if I need to do a little alignment change or check something on the inside of their prosthesis, it was nice to have some stretch tape to put everything back nice and clean. Of course, a little tube of Loctite. Anytime I'm carrying around a blade, I like to carry around a Band-Aid. Just a little experience there. Now, I kept a stripped tape measure in my case. Obviously, if I knew I was taking measurements, I would take a regular tape measure, and I frequently did. But I kept this in the case for those times when I wasn't anticipating needing to take some measurements. Tape was on me, so I didn't have to worry about running to PT or going back to the car. Finally, kept a little light in here. This, let's see, this one's the Nano Light by Streamlight. Show you the beam there. And I like this one, and this is the one that I usually carried in this case. But at the same time, you can get these little Energizer lights at Walmart. They're quite a bit cheaper than the Nano Light. You can see they're about the same size. The clip's quite a bit bigger. But, you know, in all honesty, with the exception of when I'm going real small like this here, I like the big clip because you can use it as a keychain. I clip this to a multi-tool that I carry on the weekends. So, like both of those. And the inside of the case, all emptied out. So, there you have it. My Scrubs Everyday Carry Prosthetic Toolkit. Thanks a lot.